Perry being like a bad person.
I'd like you to finish that thought.
You're not gonna set me up. We're talking about
that was sharp. That was sharp.
Fantasy that we don't have any black fantasy things. Elves, vampires, mermaids, werewolves, none of that shit. It's exclusively white. Except for the movie Sinners, which is in theaters now. Go see it.
There you go.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dots and Lines, where we're here to talk about a whole bunch of nerd shit. There's a lot of stuff on the docket today, a lot of things that we're excited about. And like Phil said, go watch Sinners. My wife is coming home from watching it now, and we should have a review next week. But let's introduce ourselves first.
Your boy, me, Connell, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man. I do all the things with all the stuff, except for sing and dance, because who has time for that in this economy?
I am Mr. Sniffles, your homie. I came up with this beautiful logo that your artist down below decked out, and now we out here repping Dots and Lines, man. Let's get into the shit.
And I am Grayson Bread, a big old dweeb and an amateur yapper. So let's get to yapping. Like I said before, we have a lot of things to talk about. If you guys don't know, Summer of Superman is coming up. And to kick it off, or give a little preview, we had Superman Day, which was this Wednesday. A lot of great books came out, and especially this Summer of Superman special. Now, just so you guys know, this is like a me, manga, anime guy, Phil, manga, anime guy, with comics giving our base points, right? The guy who's really strictly kind of like an anime and manga guy is
actually read some shit.
Really actually read some shit, surprisingly, right before we started this. So I want to have him take off because I want his fresh opinion on this. How'd you feel about this special? As you
know, going into it, I've had some hatred towards Superman, and none of it really valid. It's all off of the Goku versus Superman conversation.
It's kind of valid.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. And then I've always just hated how perfect in media he came across. But this right here, this was good. So it starts off with Lana Lang, and they're 15 years old at the farm in Smallville. I forget his name, the little alien dude who was attacking. Justin, you gonna help me out with the alien dude's name?
The alien that was attacking was a far-flung villain from the future. I really forget his name too. What's his name?
The Furious Five.
Yeah. Fatal Five or some shit.
Fatal
like
Five. I said Furious Five. That's Kung Fu Panda.
Anyway, the alien attacks, and he's like stuck in like a time type of warp or whatever.
Yeah, he's in a weird time warp.
Superman was saying how he loves Lana Lang, but ended up finding his true love. Obviously, that did make me cringe a little. But seeing Jonathan Henry Irons, that right there was a name, and my subconscious kind of got it. But then when I flip to the next panel and I see them refer to him as Steel, and I think of the Shaq movie, and I'm like, oh, this is all flowing back. Like we've been introduced to this shit really early.
Is Shaq the first black superhero?
No.
He can't be.
No.
I mean, in movies.
DC.
When did Blade come out?
I want to say like 94, 95.
When did Steel come out?
No, it had to be after that, actually. Let me look that up.
Steel had to come out after.
Yeah, I think. I don't know, but continue, Desmond.
But yeah, so they saved the day. And it's just, it was good. Like, it was more slice of life than just I'm Superman and I'm OP and I'm punching space aliens. Like this, he was getting into life and summer in Smallville and the mundane things that he likes about where he's from. And like I said, #1 Superman hero over here. This was good. Like I wanted to actually read more of it, and I was shocked.
I'm shocked too. By the way, the hero's name, the villain's name is Validus, and Phil, you were right. Listen, I don't know if he was the first one, but I tell you this much: he came out before Blade. Steel came out August 15th, 1997, and Blade came out August 21st, 1998.
Woo, look at it.
Full year.
Shout out to Shaq Diesel, man. Let's tag Shaq Diesel in the comments.
That's my spoiler too. That's gonna be my recommendation. Like, we have to give flowers to where it's due.
Got to. The movie is probably dog water by today's standards, but
Steel, yeah, for sure. But whatever, you gotta try different things. So to get in the weeds about this book, right now they're building up to this big crazy event. Such a beautiful art. They're going through this big crazy event, which is going to eventually lead up to the Absolute Universe and the proper universe meeting up. There's going to be a whole bunch of midpoints and checkpoints in the middle. One of them is going to be Justice League crossing over with Superman, which actually started this week. There's so much stuff to go over with Superman right now because it's so good. But I'll give you the quickest notes possible. Superwoman has powers. Doomsday is more than just Doomsday. He's damn near a time traveler. Zod is coming. Zod, pause.
Oh, that's the guy at the end of the chapter.
No.
That's a whole nother thing.
Okay. Yeah, there's mad shit going on with Superman right now. Yeah. And like you said, it was great slice of life stuff. There were some great defining moments for Superman. And for those of you guys who don't know, Steel, the character, is actually allegedly based off of Dwayne McDuffie. Dwayne McDuffie was an engineer who had a lot of emotional turmoil over the fact that when he was an intern for school, that they were using his designs to kill people.
Jesus.
And he decided to step away from that and do something more meaningful with his life, which is kind of mirrors what John Henry Irons does. Like, he uses his mind to create things to help people instead of, possibly hurt the world.
Yeah, except they made the dude, they named him after the American folktale John Henry, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So
Black excellence.
Black excellence. Literally with his hammer and shit.
Yeah. But
you muted yourself. Okay.
I know, because the door just opened. I didn't want to fuck up the vibe.
I feel you.
So no, this book was chock full of shit that was amazing. It was a great read. It was easy to read, and on top of that, the art. I mean, I can never say enough about Jorge Jimenez. I really was a big fan of his run with Tom Taylor. That's the guy who did Earth 2. Remember when Superman Wonder Woman? Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out Nightwing with that crazy. Shout out Dick. He was the one that first drew that cover with Val Zod of Earth 2, the Black Superman.
Okay. Legendary.
Yeah. Not issue 25, but the one where I don't even want to do the post and look stupid. But he just has a knack for drawing Superman, and it flows so well, bro.
So at the end of the thing, it was to be followed in Ultimate Superman, but I thought they had already had a Ultimate.
Let's talk about that. So there was 3 different books that I really wanted to mention. Summer of Superman is going to basically encompass Superman proper, which is going to be written by Joshua Williamson. That's the one with all the Doomsday stuff and Superwoman, Lois Lane, blah, 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 blah. Really action-packed. Lex Luthor has amnesia right now, but they made a clone of him, and he looks like he has Superman powers. It's fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. Then Unlimited Superman. We all don't know who Dan Slott is, but if you know, as a Spider-Man fan. Mm-hmm. He has made some of the best and worst stories for Spider-Man.
The gift and the
what it is.
What's the best one you made?
I mean, Superior Spider-Man.
Okay, what's the worst?
I don't want to shit on the man, bro, but
I just want to hear it.
I mean,
your least favorite is a better way to.
The thing that made me jump off, permanently, was his Parker Industries stuff. It became very monotonous.
Got you. Okay.
And that's not even the worst, arguably, but that's what was made me go, I'm good. I don't like to shit on books that I don't read anymore. You know what I'm saying? But many people would say the Clone Conspiracy was where it was let's stop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's when Ben Reilly came back and he was a bad guy.
Oh, with like the Goblin Queen and shit.
No, that was after. It got worse.
Okay.
A little too early there.
But yeah,
Oh,
so Dan Slott has left Marvel for the most part, or isn't working for them exclusively.
Wait, you said this is the guy who did who drew Miles Morales?
No. That was Brian Michael Bendis, who also had a really bad Superman run.
it was dog water.
Pretty bad.
Absolutely.
And he got good graces with me forever, but like objectively, yeah.
Does he though?
Yeah, he does. He made Miles Morales. He
made Graduation. That's how you sound.
Well, he's not a literal Nazi, so that I'm gonna give him grace. Now, the reason why all Unlimited Superman is kind of a big deal is because we don't know what part of the canon it is. So it might be a story that's essentially meaningless, but we're all hoping that it's just going to be a good time of Superman. We've seen how he does characters that are like super beloved, so we're just going to wish for the best. But then we also have Absolute Superman. I'm in love with this book, by the way. Absolute Superman is my shit.
Yes,
I love it. And Absolute Superman is talking about Superman feeling like an alien because he's a literal alien, but also touching on the fact that he's immigrated from another place, which I think is really interesting considering like everything going on right now. Not to get political. It kind of shows the three different spectrums that Superman can take to me. And I don't want to take up too much air about this, but like Superman, the classic hero, which would be what it looks like they're doing in Superman Unlimited. Superman, the hero moving forward, which is what's going on with Joshua Williamson. And then Superman, the political statement, because whether or not we want to believe it, Superman is inherently political. He dresses in basically the American flag. His original mantra was for truth, justice, and the American way. And if you really pay attention to a lot of the things that he would say, or people portraying him in radio broadcasts and media would say, he was always trying to make America better, always trying to unite us, always trying to push forward. I really like that they're taking such a great initiative with Superman, and they're really using all aspects of him to their fullest potential. I'm glazing.
Yeah. I mean, as you should. It's fucking Superman. The Golden Boy. The Blue Boy Scout.
It's my dog.
So this is perfect, like juxtaposition to how we'll end the pod talking about Daredevil and the Punisher, because everything that you're saying right now sounds like how people are talking about, now Marvel's really going into, the Punisher logo and the misuse of that.
Yeah.
And so it's a nice little juxtaposition there.
Hey, we got like 3 minutes, and I want you guys to get your shit off. I want to say this real quick. There was a period of time that Marvel almost got too political, and it drove people away. And then there was a short period where they almost didn't want to touch anything. And now they got their nuts out. They're like, you know what? No, we're gonna do us. And you know what? DC said we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna talk about what we want to talk about, and we're gonna make good comics while we're doing it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, for me, as a person who's been reading for like 12 plus years, this is the best time I've ever read comic books in my life. There's been more good books coming out with genuine stories and things I actually like than ever before, to me.
It's clearly the best time because like I said in previous episodes, it's crazy when a nigga reads anything. So the fact that I paid $12 for DC Unlimited and actually read some comics, Absolute Flash, Zatanna, that's wild.
Yeah. I mean, they're great books, though, so.
Yeah, they're quality books. Yeah, enough of me hogging up all the air, though. Phil, I don't know if you did read this or not. How do you feel about like what's going on with the landscape of Superman?
I feel like they're giving Superman the Batman treatment, and it's about goddamn time. Because Batman normally gets all these books and all these spinoffs, and we don't really see that with Superman. But now we're getting that because Superman's movie is coming up. It's literally, I don't want to say Superman time, but it is time for that essentially. Because the most we've gotten out of Superman is like the Superman family, and that's it. But we don't even know really anything about them unless you follow comics already. Like there's a Chinese Superman.
There is.
Doesn't matter to anybody out that doesn't read comics, no. But now we're starting to get more information about them. And then with the books taking part over 3 periods of Superman's life, like the young Superboy, and something else that I like they did with the book is like they're reestablishing things that were in the canon that were removed from the canon, like him going to the future for a period of time. Yeah. That was a thing that they took out for a while, but now that we're getting back to that, which shows like the initiative of like, all right, cool, we're getting back to basics, Blue Boy Scout, but not super political, but also this is Superman at his core, is like just this kid with powers who wants to save people. So I like that aspect of it. And yeah, I'm excited for it, honestly. And Ultimate Superman is a very political book given the time that it came out. And I know they didn't plan it, but like sometimes God just be doing stuff and it just like happens.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Aaron. Shout out to Jason Aaron, the writer. You're right. He's working with God.
Yeah, it literally like I was just moving this pen and was like, you don't understand now, but you will, I promise.
He's a medium.
Yeah, and it just like the timing of it is perfect, especially having Superman as the allegory for literal immigration, but literally just trying to help and trying to save people. Not trying to steal nobody's job, just trying to help people.
Yeah, no, if he wanted, he could literally have all our jobs at the same time.
Yeah, he could. Yeah,
he'd crash an economy.
Quite literally, yeah. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, crash a fucking economy.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the Superman Renaissance, and I'm here for it. This makes me more excited for the movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. It gives me hope. Ooh. Ooh. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Speaking of hope, we have a new reboot of one of the most beloved animes of all time, and we're hoping that it's good. Ghost in the Shell is coming back out, and apparently it's going to be made by the same studio that made Dandadan. Listen, go ahead, take off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ghost in the Shell is supposed to be like Blade Runner, right? Yeah. It's supposed to be dark, gritty. It's literally like the 90s anime aesthetic is perfect for Ghost in the Shell.
I mean, look at that art.
Yeah, but this feels like it's plucky, it's colorful. Even like the image, this image is like, it's very colorful, it's poppy. The original Ghost in the Shell, or at least to my recollections, I watched it when I was a kid. And Ghost in the Shell is one of the first anime that I watched, like uncensored, undubbed. Well, it was uncensored and subbed, but it was like I watched it when I was a kid. So I don't know. I may have to go back and rewatch it just to see like if it still holds up in my memory or if I'm making shit up. But I don't remember it being like plucky like this, like colorful and like poppy and shit. It was very muted colors, very dark, very gritty. Very early cyberpunk, the antithesis of what 90s anime looked like. It's like this and Yu Yu Hakusho. That's what 90s anime looks like in my brain. So for them to redo it with that same art style, which Dandadan was like Fooly Cooly, but if Fooly Cooly was a shonen. That's the vibes that Dandadan gave me. So them kind of taking that art style and putting it to Ghost in the Shell, I'm going to wait and see. But right now my antennas are up of like, okay, but the story great, 10 out of 10. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, what the studio did 100% right with Dandadan was the sci-fi aspect of it, the alien and the ghost stuff. So just because it's got a little bit more color, that might take away from the aesthetic of it all. But the dark elements, no matter how much color or non-color you put in there, dark elements are still dark elements. So like, you're hacking a body and mind and spirit, and that's just inherently dark. So I'm interested to see what they do with it.
It's also gonna matter like the voice actor that they pick to play the main character too.
Can I suggest one?
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah,
Scarlett Johansson.
You got to reprise her role.
Come on, dog.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
I did hear she was playing Harriet Tubman in a biopic.
Tracks.
She's completed it all, man.
She was in line to play Martin Luther King at one point.
Okay, you know what? She has a dream.
She has a dream. She might have been Mulan too. Who knows?
No, she'd slip right into that.
Yeah.
Oh,
The 2026. We don't have a month, right?
not yet.
No.
Yeah. But I'm excited. Ghost in the Shell is like Ghost in the Shell to me is up there with like the Dragon Ball of it all. It's like first anime, but like it did something that wasn't being done at the time, except for like Astro Boy.
I would argue that it's Kodansha's best manga, or one of top 3.
That's a fair point.
I've never read the manga, and you know what's crazy? I'm gonna admit something here. I've never watched the anime all the way through. I've always seen so many parts of it that like I know the story.
No, I never read the manga either. I just know that Kodansha is the one that made it because they're hand in hand with the studio that's making the remake for it.
It's quite literally, and I might get hate for this in the comments. If so, fight me. You got my at. It's like Law and Order SWV, but with cyborgs and robots.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of really weird rapey stuff. It's definitely a product of the '90s.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's
sexually odd. I shouldn't say rapey. Sexually odd. Sexually odd.
It's weird. There's some
it's
weird
heinous crimes. That's how they say it in the Law and Order. Yeah, heinous, such heinous.
Yeah, but that's basically what it is. It's a cop show. They're cops. They're robot cops
dealing with existential crises and am I human? Blah, 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 whatever. Not whatever. Great, awesome show. You know, I don't want to diminish it.
Gave me my first existential crisis at the age of 13. What is real? What is reality?
What is reality?
That's the feat right there.
I have faith because I loved. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. The first time I read Dandadan, did not like it. Did not like it. I read more than a couple chapters. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is for me. I put it down. Saw the anime was coming out, and mind you, I read the first like 4 chapters, so I knew it was gonna happen. I don't like to reread or rewatch things, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. The way that the studio portrayed the story that I thought was okay before really drew me back in. So there's some talent over there.
Yeah.
So they can pull something off, even if it does look aesthetically different than what I would assume Ghost in the Shell would look like.
Yeah. I might go back and rewatch the first one, honestly.
Might as well.
Y'all see my cat trying to get in this picture?
Hey, man. Shout out to the cat.
To the world, this is Stardust, named after my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Dragon. Shout out to Laquan, man. Hating on Star Dick, as he calls it.
Why?
Just because it negated shit. Yeah. We're not a TCU pod either, but if we're going to have a conversation about Yu-Gi-Oh! And meta, Stardust definitely started the trend of negation.
It definitely was the first really good, like, you need one negate card. Like, you need
And then Black Rose Dragon. Killing everything.
That's Mr. Simple's origin right there, man. Nuke the field.
It's just gone.
I wish I should have put the Funko Pop as a photo. That's a beautiful pop, man.
I see those monsters you got. Wouldn't it be someone?
No, go ahead. My bad.
Nah, just wouldn't it be a shame if someone nuked the field after you just summoned 6 monsters? They're all gone.
That's how it goes down. That's what Desmond did that to me more than once. So
they
had to keep a Stardust on you for that. You know what's funny? One time I saw that Target stocked a Stardust Dragon pop like at MSRP, so I couldn't get there in time. So I tried to DoorDash it as soon as it was up.
You just gonna pay that fee for it.
I gotta get it as soon as it came out, right? Because I had the notification, and the dude got there. He was like, "It's not here anymore," and it just got restocked 30 minutes before.
Damn.
Yeah, someone came in there and scooped it.
Sound like you should have took that drive.
I literally couldn't. I was too far away. I was somewhere in Tampa. I just couldn't go. Bomba clot. What animes did you guys watch this week, by the way?
Oh man. You know what? I'm not even gonna set myself up. I'm gonna start off with Yaiba, Legendary Samurai. That episode 2 that we got, that was pretty good. Like the choreography, like they were fighting for felt like 20 minutes. And in the manga, which is on Viz now, They legitimately fought for 20 whole pages, like consecutively. And I'm like, how is it that we're on episode 2 and they've adapted 10 chapters of this 90s ass old ass manga? So it's kind of crazy. But Yaiba was definitely one of the things that I watched this week. Yeah, look at this man. After he beat the other samurai, his rival, I forget his name now. But yeah, he just ran into a little turnpike thing, man.
Very 90s anime.
Very
It's
90s.
extremely 90s.
Extremely. I mean, listen, we get 90s anime redone. We might get Yu Hakusho remake. Hold now hope.
I mean, maybe, possibly.
If we get that before Hunter is finished, man, I honestly don't know what to say about that, man.
Hunter ain't never finishing.
That's what I'm saying. So if we get a remix of his first work,
he's gonna make all the chapters for Hunter and then die and then drop them at the same time.
From everything I know about that man, it takes him like several weeks to finish one chapter because he's in agonizing pain in his back. So yeah,
consistent.
Absolutely, I agree. Like, get someone else to draw it. Get someone else.
I mean, look at Black Clover. You know,
get a massage gun.
No, stop. Like he's got like crippling pain. I don't want to stop. Yo, Phil, you foul, bro.
What?
Bro, put a massage gun.
They got painkillers, dog.
From firsthand experience, trust me, he need real help. He needs real help. But yeah, what you been watching, Phil?
So first, I want to issue an apology for Gundam. Your boy was wrong. The show kind of heat. It's kind of heat. It does.
And that shit feels like it came out in the 90s.
It does. It does give me it's whimsical at times. It does give me a little bit of Fooly Cooly vibes.
Just the sound, you know how they do the interlude, the little
it's like and like when she was on the first episode when she was coming out the Gundam and like she ran on the hand and then jumped, it was very much like 90s anime. Very much. Hold on, wait for it. Okay. Guax. I hate this.
Ghost Rare.
I still hate the name though. I still hate the name.
G-Quax.
It's French, right?
I don't know what it is. We're gonna find that out later on, apparently.
Why? But like, I was wrong. The shit gas, all gas, no brakes. I'm still waiting to see what happens, but it's still very much like I like it. I'm here for it.
You get a just development dump in episode 2. I was like, oh, they're moving this shit forward.
The
Federation, that's all right. Here's the Federation. Here's the war. Here's like niggas is.
Yeah, I like the concept with them playing the other side of the war because we typically only get one side of it, but with them being like, oh nah, niggas lost. So
things is different.
Yeah.
So
Justin, when you seen the movie, is it this like an episode form or is it a whole thing?
Yeah, they remixed the linings ups of the viewing. So episode 2 was basically the first 30 minutes. Then we got what episode 1 was, and then we get episode what I'm assuming is 3 with some mix-ups in the middle. And it flowed super great. Everything that I saw in the movies, everything I saw here, I just saw it on a bigger screen. And yeah, like I didn't want to spoil things and I also didn't want to glaze because art is subjective. But once I saw the movie, which I was already excited for, I was like, this is going to be one of the greatest seasons.
I fucks with it, that fucks heavy. It honestly does a lot for Gundam for me. The design is a little bionicle to me, but
that's fair. It's supposed to be weird and different. That's fair. Fair.
But it's interesting.
I watched mad shit this week.
Did you get up to Be a Hero, the episode 2 X?
I did, and I actually liked it more than the first episode. Still a little cheesy and definitely Chinese.
Shout out to Moon.
Left her nigga in the end, and that was her biggest dream. You know,
that was crazy.
I really appreciated how I like how there is some nuance in the story. Some very minimal, but some. I like how everyone believing in you to be one thing.
Power system.
Yeah, I like that, but I also like the downgrade is like if everyone is hoping that you are this one thing and you believe it, then you're really only that one thing.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the setup at the end, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty sure I'm gonna watch this season all the way through. A lot of times I give up on animes after episode 2 just because I'm like,
this whole season of spring with anime is
it's a good anime season.
Speaking of
Fire Force. Big Sal. Go ahead.
Look at that shot.
No, that's a great shot.
That is a beautiful shot.
Joker and damn, what's his name?
The scientist nigga.
Yeah. The scientist nigga. That's his name. And Squad 8. Man, this is a great setup episode too.
I have nothing negative to say about Fire Force right now.
It's I mean, when it's not doing what it does with fan service, it's peaking. It's
peak. It's when it's not doing that shit. It's peak.
Yeah,
this episode was peak.
Yeah,
Concept burns fire. No pun intended.
And that's the whole story, because like him aligning with the White Clad is kind of crazy, because his whole like, hey, I've had the Adola
birth.
I think I got the stigma. I've witnessed the evangelist, and now I want to spread it across the world. I'm following God's path. Like that's crazy. You want to inject Captain Obi with the infernal bug just to spread the joy of like that. But like the seeds were planted all the way back in season 1 with Lieutenant Rekka, doing it to children. Like this whole storytelling has just been amazing all the way throughout. As you see in the picture, like Joker has been setting up Shinra all the way from the very beginning too. He may have looked, like a bad guy at the moment, but like he said, he's been a rebel way longer than all of them have. So
yeah,
the clash is going to be next episode. Like they're not wasting no time. It's none of that. We get into the end of the series.
They're putting a lot in these episodes, and I get why, because in all seriousness, they're like, no, this is the budget. Like we have to spend it all here.
All gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
I think the concept of having Burns is flipped the way that he flipped, it makes sense contextually because he literally saw what the God of their world is. Like, can you imagine it? Like, even being a non-religious person, religious person or not, it's the difference between believing and knowing. He knows for a fact what God looks like. So in his mind, he's like, I need to do my job and spread the word.
And you gotta remember, everyone in Company 1, they're all priests. So that was in him before he's seen the evangelist, and now he's just like, I'm gonna go all the way with it.
Exactly.
But this is where the budget is going. Them whole teasing this Arthur and Dragon shit, man. I'm here for it.
Legendary.
This is probably the number 1 fight in Fire Force, to be honest, in my opinion.
I didn't read the end of the manga, so I can't argue with you.
They better put all of the budget into it.
Really?
I would say it is
better than Bancho Man.
Well, that's something different.
That's what when he was
Desmond blazing.
No spoilers.
Yeah. Let's not get to the very, very complete ending of it. But yeah, it's definitely one of.
I'll say this though, I really like the cultural context of how, Japan has a weird thing with cults, just like any other culture, but they do have like a weird history and social contagion of cults that has happened more than one time. And the White Clad is a manifestation of that. These people that are following the idea of a tangible God, but in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
And it spreads and spreads and spreads like a wildfire.
Yeah.
And eventually hurts a whole bunch of people. I really like how they're portraying this, because when Captain Burns switched sides, it was believable.
Yeah.
And just the slight nudge of manipulation from that White Clad girl, it made it all the more believable. I think their writing is crazy right now, and I can't wait to see how the season ends.
It also raised the question, like in like a real world context, if a person saw the literal entity of God and they started to show other people the literal entity of God, it would look like a cult. Because
Yes.
that's the way you would talk about being like, yo, I saw the thing that makes the other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because Joker's seen the same thing though, and he's adamantly against it. He was like, Shinra and Obi, like, you guys are the real light. Like, I don't really care about how the evangelist is coming off. Like, people like you who cherish life among all, like Company 8 is literally built upon. We need more of you on the board. Y'all can't go yet.
And we do have to remember that Joker was actively tortured in more than one way.
Sexually assaulted.
by these people that are supposedly so God-fearing. So he knows the direct consequences of letting people blindly follow a God will do to a regular person.
So the Catholic Church.
I mean, it's not that hard to allude to it. It's in our face. Lato.
Art imitates life.
Okay.
Any other
Yeah, I'm still watching Moonrise and really liking it. I'm gonna get through it slowly though. I'm
gonna pace it. I'm gonna pace myself with Moonrise as well.
I did not like Moonrise.
Oh really? Okay.
I like the animation. I like the action. I like the aesthetics of it. I think the dialogue feels very
contrived.
Yes. It feels like AI wrote the script and then they handed it to people. It was like, read this, because it reads very much like, isn't it great that we're all friends? I'm talking about the bar scene specifically. It's like, isn't it great that we're all friends and we're all in this bar right now? Wouldn't it be a shame if something bad happens and then something bad immediately happens?
Huge.
That is completely out of context for these people that are on a secret mission and behind enemy lines. Stuff like that is like, okay, you're doing stuff for the sake of the story, but just like dialogue wise, it's like, okay. Action 10 out of 10 though, peak.
I've had my concerns with it because as we know, the person who did Full Metal Alchemist did the concept art for one of the people, but it felt like it tried to take beats from Full Metal and it just wasn't hitting the
It frames the story nicely. It does a good job with the setup, but the story is very much like, we found an orphan, and the orphan just so happens to be the chosen one. It's very anime, which is fine, which is okay. But I feel like when you announce names attached to a project, you're announcing names because you're like, these are the other things that these people have done. So this thing will be cool and different, or it'll be an akin to that. But like Desmond said, when you take multiple beats from these other projects that these other people have done, it's like, okay, I might as well just go watch Brotherhood then.
Exactly.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm still gonna watch it. I like it for what it is. If it gets even more apparent to me, I'll probably let it go. It's not like it's on my top list, but I like it for what it is. Like I said,
yeah,
it's cool.
Was it made exclusively for Netflix?
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
And apparently it's a novel.
Huh? Didn't know that. That's interesting though.
Yeah, it's got source material.
What other anime have we gotten from Netflix? It was like this. I guess Castlevania is anime, but it's like not, but it is.
Devil May Cry. In the limbo of it being anime. And
how do you feel about Devil May Cry, bro? I didn't watch it, but I've heard some shit.
I'm here for it. It's like the game. It's like, you ever go to Six Flags? You go to Six Flags for the roller coasters, and that's it. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the roller coaster. I'm not here for like the complexities of like a deep, profound story. I'm here to watch Dante fuck shit up and be weird and be cool at the same time while fucking shit up. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. It plays just like the game. It's silly, it's fun, it's stupid.
Bet.
I haven't checked out the Sword of the Demon Hunter. Is that what it's called?
That is good.
Yeah, I think it's on episode 3. I don't have the medium. I don't want to pirate it.
What's it on?
Just watch it how it's supposed to be.
High Dive.
I don't have that.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that series.
So you can get a 7-day free trial, which is what I did. I did not watch it illegally or pirate it.
There you go.
I got a 7-day free trial for now.
How much is it monthly?
The world will never know. Let me tell you what.
No, you said that first episode was peak, so
Peak. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like it's good. But yeah.
it's a good anime season.
Great anime season. Things are going crazy, and I'm excited. I'm excited. But one thing I'm even more excited for was this finale for Daredevil. Born Again.
Boy.
Yeah, they really took that 10-year anniversary to heart and was like, you know what, we are going to deliver.
Balls to the wall.
First off, I've never seen Daredevil be this gruesome. Like, not the character, just the show. Like, let's talk about the scene, bro. When spoilers, clearly spoilers for Daredevil.
Spoiler.
Born Again, episode 9, the season finale. Spoilers. When Kingpin grabs the commissioner and literally squishes his skull till it explodes in front of all those people. I remember sitting there like, they're not going to do it.
They're not going to show it, is what I said.
And they did it and showed it. I'm like, Bombaclat.
I think what they're trying to do is like separate this from the others. They're like, hey, this stuff over here, this stuff is for the adults.
Oh yeah, for sure. Bro, the scene where Daredevil and Punisher go tag team on a whole bunch of ragtag. Oh my god, bro! On those road cops.
They didn't show a body, but for right now, we smoking on that Cole North pack. He got blown up. I'm sure he's still alive somehow. Comic shenanigans. But yeah.
I didn't really see a body, so I don't think so. But I'm gonna say this real quick. I want y'all to get your shit off. When Punisher grabbed the dude, put his head on the table, and shot through, and you saw blood coming through the table on the other side, I'm like, yo, they're going for it. They're doing it.
They're getting after it. So I am 100% here for this. The tag team aspect, I love a good tag team. I love a good team up.
So you're Karen, you love a good tag team?
Leave me alone.
She wants to get tag team, bro.
I know she wants to get Eiffel Towered, but that's not what we're talking about.
Them heartbeats is heartbeating.
Chill, bro. It was adrenaline, bro.
But John had 2 heartbeats, but either way, I like what they did with Daredevil in terms of like the cinematography, as I always say, because they do a very good job of displaying the difference between like the way different characters see the world. Like the whole shift to blue thing I love that. But with them not showing blood, but then showing blood and then not showing it and then showing it, I mean, honestly, it's pretty much driving Daredevil in a direction and is separating it from the other Marvel TV shows.
Yes.
And now it's framing up this thing. And we're going to get a Punisher special, right?
Yeah, we're getting a Punisher special. Which apparently John Bernthal is having a heavy hand in writing. That's how they got him to come back, because he walked away from the set originally.
Yeah, I need that bitch to be rated R.
It's going to be a hard R.
That's crazy. But but yeah, and then like with the whole art imitates life, to bring that back around is like, that
misuse there. He's like, y'all looking up to me, but I don't fuck with y'all.
Right.
Y'all are the exact reason why I do what I do.
Which is what the creator of Punisher said.
Yes.
So literally, art imitates life. What do you think of it, Desmond?
It was beautiful. Like him needing to do an army. Now I don't really know how much of the Defenders are coming back. We know Jessica Jones is definitely confirmed, but I don't know if Iron Fist or Luke Cage is coming back.
Do we need Iron Fist?
He's one of my favorites, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like cultural appropriation personified.
Hey, I mean, Bruce Lee was supposed to be apparently an Iron Fist, so that's not appropriation if he was one.
I never knew that.
Yeah, because he's Chinese. It's not Iron Fist. It's Danny Rand.
I'm just saying that's what I was told.
We have to be fair to Marvel. They have an Asian Iron Fist right now, like straight up Asian boy Iron Fist.
Fucks with it.
Yeah.
See, yeah, it's not appropriate. But it's I like how they brought back the core like Netflix part, like what we said with Karen coming back, which we called on the pod.
Yeah.
And Fogg is obviously dead, but the way that they celebrated the 10-year anniversary of bringing them back and having them be there for Matt was just really good storytelling. And the Vanessa and Kingpin cheers, that didn't get more villainy than having the blood splatter on a painting right like beside them. Like this, the way that they make everything so intentional is really good.
Yeah. Vanessa's a cunt. She's evil, bro. Like, yeah, Daredevil's art imitates life. We keep saying that, Daredevil being a politician that cleaned his act up, but it was actually always corrupt and just couldn't help himself. Who could imagine that? But Vanessa is like a terrible human being who just couldn't stop doing illegal shit. And because of that, Foggy, who was just doing his job, not even trying to come after her web of evil and crime was so far vast that someone that wasn't even trying to uncover her bullshit was uncovering her bullshit. And you know what she did? Did more bullshit. Had him assassinated using a crazy person.
She's in it for the love of the game. She's not in it for anything. She's just in it for the game. She like Kobe. She like to play.
Yeah. She like Kobe. Hey.
That's a good comparison, actually.
Out here putting up numbers, boy. But I do like the aspect of them, like with her being like the dark side of it and him being like the politician side of it, but him still being the kingpin essentially.
Well, the commissioner said, "You can't stop being the kingpin." I felt that. Yo, yeah. Some crooks really just can't stop. It's not what they do; it's who they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And the build up for Kingpin has just been great. It's a pipe dream, but I do hope that Spider-Man is incorporated into this story. Like I said, it probably won't happen.
Tom Holland.
I just want to see that Kingpin and a Spider-Man. It could be anyone. You could pick from the Sony ones. You could do Miles Morales. Don't even need to make sense. Just put a Spider-Man with that Kingpin.
That is an interesting point because now that the obvious Daredevil show is connected to the MCU and Spider-Man is more of a hometown hero of sorts, how do they weave that in to the next Spider-Man movie? Because Fisk controls the city, right? The only thing I didn't not really understand or like get is like the whole crackdown on like vigilantism and stuff like that. It's really only like 4 of them niggas. Like it's not a lot of them. It's not like.
Well, you got them all locked up in them cages.
I mean, yeah, but like the way that it's framed is like there's like it's like My Hero Academia vigilante, where it's just a bunch of them niggas running around doing shit. It's not a lot of them.
Well, we got to be fair. We got to be fair to stories like this. I mean, we have to assume that just because we don't see them doesn't mean that it's not happening. Crime happens every day.
Just wanted to show that really quick. That was a really good episode too.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Just because we don't see them, fighting crime doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It's a big world. It's a big city. Like things can happen 1 block over from us, and we not know or care. Imagine the entirety of New York City. I love what he's doing because it's making things more tense for Daredevil. You know what I mean? Like he's getting so bold that he's trying to kill Matt Murdock, like just Matt Murdock in his apartment with like mad people. Like it's not going to be sweet for him next season.
Yeah. The thing I would have liked to see though is that the Defenders were in cages.
Yeah, but then you got to sign contracts, bro. Like,
yeah, but it would have set it up for next season. At least of like now he has more stakes versus just like him rescuing people. He has to rescue his friends who are literally in cages. But then you got to explain like how they got Luke Cage, who is invulnerable.
I'm calling it right now. I hope that I'm wrong. I don't think Luke Cage ever coming back.
Yeah.
Because Mike Holter like has said that he doesn't like to work out. on multiple occasions. He said it like every time he had to appear for a Marvel movie. You know what I mean? And he's doing more and more like drama stuff. And I haven't, and maybe he has, but I've never heard him say, I can't wait to do Luke Cage. It's such an incredible character. Like,
that's fair. As a person who works out often, who absolutely detests working out, I understand.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope he does.
Yeah.
That Disney bag is crazy.
It's not that crazy though, because he would be back.
He would be back already.
Or they just replace him. Just find another black bald head nigga. Call more. Figure it out.
It's possible. It's possible. They could.
They're not about to recast him.
Nah, they probably not. And he was a great Luke Cage.
He was.
Yeah, but I get not wanting to have to like stick to that sort of thing, and then also not tell the stories because Luke Cage was not a drama; it was an action.
Yes.
If you're a dramatic actor and you want to act in more drama roles, it's like I'm okay.
Yeah, that's your forte.
Yeah. And then you also don't really get typecast as the buff, bald black nigga.
Yes, he's been everything but that since Luke Cage came out. So
we do have one more Marvel note. We got that baby. We got that baby poking.
Shout out to Frank.
The most OP baby is about to be born.
Ever.
So talking about this at work with three coworkers, Rich N, Jeff Davis, Pietro. Cannot say his last name. He's very Italian, but I love Pietro to death.
Quicksilver. We're gonna call him Quicksilver because he's Pietro.
Quicksilver. We were talking about how the movie might end just because we've already gotten all the buildup. And what I think is gonna happen is they're gonna lose. And then they either get saved by God King Doom or they wake up in Battle World and they see God King Doom.
Lose to Galactus.
Yeah, I think that they might lose. And then
so that whole world is done then.
Yeah, and then because like we don't see anything of this anywhere. It doesn't exist in the current MCU. So that means it's gotta either be destroyed or we go to it later. But like I think they're gonna fucking lose and they wake up in Battle World. God King Doom then comes in. And then in the next time we see God King Doom, we see Franklin at his side. And this is wishful thinking. We see Franklin at his side. That's a terrible photo. We see Franklin at his side. And then we see Sue Storm on his hip. And we don't see the Human Torch or the Thing.
It's interesting. I'm with you for sure they lose. I genuinely feel like they lose. I'm gonna call it the normie group chat. Our normie group chat with our friends that like don't really watch as much or read as much stuff as us.
Sounds like a slur.
I'm a normie too.
You read Summer of Superman special in Zatanna this week.
Well, that's because we're on episode 9 of Dots and Lines. We're almost at 10, y'all. Look at us.
You know, right? Look at us. But yeah, when one of our friends asked us, I can say his name. When Laquan asked us, like, so is this in the same universe? Like, it's clearly not in the same universe. Like, for sure not. Like, there's too many things that would be different. Like, Nick Fury would be talking about these people. Goddamn, Tony Stark would be talking about the Fantastic Four because his dad talked about Cap all day and night. You know what I mean? Like, there's too much stuff that's different.
And the technology is retro future.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
Even if it's based in the past, like if we just use half of the technology that we're seeing then into now, it'd be a utopia that we're living in currently in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like, yeah, they're gonna lose, and yeah, they may wake up on Battle World, but I don't think Franklin's gonna be here yet. I think that the idea of her being pregnant is probably going to be for the next movie when Franklin actually shows his powers, and all this stuff is going to be like the origin of why he's so powerful. Because Franklin Richards, for anyone who doesn't know, like there's mad things that make him powerful. Like he's a mutant, and he was irradiated by the cosmic wand during birth, and that like mutated him further. So apparently he's not a mutant anymore. He wanted to be different so bad that his cosmic powers allowed him to change every single cell and genome in his body to make himself a mutant.
He alchemized himself.
Well, you want to know who wrote that? Oh, God. Dan Slott. putting that out there.
Doing shit. Just doing shit.
In the middle of the Krakoa era, too. Wasn't a fan of that. Whatever.
Didn't have to do it, just because didn't even add to the story. He just
did not.
Just did it.
It just made him not a mutant anymore. Like, thanks.
It made Kamala Khan a mutant.
That wasn't their slot. That was Marvel's, but whatever.
But they still did it.
Let me not start hating. But yeah, I think that what's going to happen is, this is my just crazy prediction, that Sue Storm's going to be under duress either right before or during Battle World, trying to have this baby, and they're going to have to take drastic measures to make sure the baby comes out. And whatever means they use to do that will give Franklin Richards his powers.
I agree. I don't think they're going to birth the baby in this movie either.
Nah.
Yeah.
Or Reed Richards has to sacrifice himself for his family.
No, because I'm sure they got this nigga under a three contract movie deal.
No, I'm not saying he dies, but like the end of the movie. So remember how they had the life raft in the comic books?
Yes.
So he sacrificed himself. His family wakes up on Battle World. He wakes up in the void. Life raft comes by, pops open. You see fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Void as in like thunderbolts?
No. So there was like a space in between worlds after the incursions happened. It was just literally a white void.
It was just nothing. It was literally nothing.
Yeah.
Where he watched his family die.
He did watch them die, yeah. Or he thought that they died, but he watched them evaporate into nothing. So maybe he like sacrifices himself.
So you want to touch on
nothingness?
Franklin's relationship with Galactus?
Mm-hmm.
I
think we should.
Jonathan Hickman is the GOAT, and he made a brand new dynamic for Galactus and Franklin Richards. And tell me if I'm tripping, because it's been a long time since I read this. Mm-hmm. But Galactus kind of finally registers how strong Franklin is, because his powers are redeveloping again. There was a long period of time when he was young where his powers were basically shut off. And he's like, he's too powerful.
He shut his powers off.
Man, the relationship is just that Galactus is afraid of Franklin Richards.
Mm-hmm.
The long and short.
There you go.
To me, my Galactus. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna post a photo of the thing of Franklin Richards, aka Marvel Jesus.
Yeah. And I find it ironic that we're intrigued. Maybe they're doing this on purpose, but but the first time they attempted a reboot of the Marvel Universe was kind of using Franklin Richards. So, Onslaught was tearing things up in the Marvel Universe. This was during like the crash era of Marvel, where sales were in the shitter and they didn't know what they're going to do, and they defined bankruptcy. They essentially, I'm making a long short of it, restarted the universe using Franklin Richards' powers, and because he's the ultimate reality warper, he kept a pocket universe of our original universe in a ball he used to carry around with him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Franklin Richards is really like Franklin Richards is the equivalent of like what happens when you have a character that you're like, all right, they can just do everything.
Yeah,
he's a writer. He just does shit. At one point, he aged him. So Norman Osborn, this is the last thing I'll say, and then Norman Osborn broke into the Baxter building, and he had a toy gun, and he shot at Norman Osborn, and it turned into a real bullet.
Yes. Great scene.
Just cause I'm that nigga and I can.
Yeah. And even in Secret Wars, like the 2015 one, at the end of it, he's flinging universes. He's creating universes and flinging them out to repopulate the multiverse. It's he's the man, you know. They've nerfed him because why not?
I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
It's hard to write a story when you have literal God who can snap his fingers and end the problem.
He's what Sung Jin Woo and the girl who he's going to breed children is probably going to be like, because you look at mom, you look at dad, you know.
You're not wrong, but that's a crazy sentence.
But yeah, man. I'm excited. This summer is going to be so damn good. You got Superman movie, you got Fantastic Four movie. On the comic front, you got Summer of Superman, you got all the absolute stuff. You got Energon Universe still going crazy. You got Ultimate Universe.
Slayer, I believe, is July.
Demon Slayer's July if you want to watch a dub. For sub, I think it's September.
Or
Both of them.
both. It is a great time to be a nerd right now. I'll say that. It's a great time to be a nerd.
It is. Man. What we got for recommendations today, guys? What we got swinging?
Recommendations. Wolverine. Ultimate Wolverine.
God, the endangered species is killing. Shout out to Justin's Hump Day Hall.
Boy, howdy. First off, the character design for Fuego, 10 out of 10. I might cosplay that. I don't know how, but I'm gonna cosplay that motherfucker. It's hardest Wolverine design I've seen in a very, very long time.
I agree.
But yeah, even and then the story thing. Shout out to Gambit. Shout out to Natasha. Shout out to Kitty Pryde. Just peak. It is possibly the best Wolverine story I've read since the whole thing with Romulus, Wolverine Evolution, which some people hated, but fuck them. I stand on that. You got my at.
All right, you got it, bro. I don't want no problem. Sure. It's your opinion. How about you, Desmond?
Like I said, I'm gonna go with Shaq's Steel movie. Just go back and watch it. Even if it's terrible, just be like, you know what? Someone put a budget behind this, and this birth superhero movies. The fact that Blade came after this was shocking to me when you said that. I was like, bro, this flipping through the panels. First off, serious recommendation, go read the Summer of Superman. But if you want to watch a movie just for the LOLs and the kicks and giggles, just go watch Shaq act to be a superhero.
Hey, listen, man, Shaq Diesel.
Man, he put on.
Shaq Diesel, he did exactly what he wanted to do. He did exactly what he did.
There were so many good books. I only read half of my pool, and I was very excited with everything. But I gotta say, Absolute Flash. It's everything I want it to be. Without spoiling it, it looks like there's 2 different timelines that he's experiencing at the same time.
Bro.
I mean,
looks like he says it with a hard R. He looks like.
Reading this, I'm excited for when Martian Manhunter gets on the DC app, because just going through it really is as hype as we make it seem on the pod. Each one when I get the Absolute Superman, I'll let y'all know how that is after me reading my first Superman comic ever today. So there's hope. There's hope for me yet, y'all.
So they gave that to you in the DC Ultimate.
This was a $12 one, so it might be Ultra or some shit like that. But yeah, they're all there now.
They usually wait a month after it comes out. I'm super happy that they're giving you one that came out today, because it's a really good book.
The Summer of Superman one. That's what the one you're talking about. Yeah.
They pushing that shit. They trying to get everybody to because honestly, that book makes me more excited for the Superman
movie.
Yeah. And I'm already excited for it, even though one of my coworkers, Jeff Davis, is very anti this movie. Yeah, Jeff, I'm calling you out. I'm gonna tag you in this, and I'm gonna tell you about it at work. But but yeah, it makes me excited for the movie. We're getting back to basic Blue Boy Scout and his dog. That's it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That's all we got for today. Listen, stay cool, stay positive. Just be a little nerd. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Hit him with a